Hey everyone, in today's video we get to see the power of Q-Build Valla on Towers of Doom, map you might not know it's good on. So stay tuned and we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, Nubkeks here and welcome to the draft. If you want to skip the draft, of course you can do so. There's a timestamp down below in the description so you can hop ahead if you like. Also, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And hey, if you're new here, subscribe because there's loads of these. I'm trying to do 2 a day at the moment, so plenty of content for you guys. But we got ourselves a pretty nice team this time around. Blade from Team Expert, who was the bane of our previous game, is on our team this time, and Yellow Flash gonna be our team captain. Another great player. I like this a lot. He's saying, slow picks, I need to go probably to the toilet or answer the door, get a drink or something. And Turlin, 1337, hey Nubkeks, I like your videos. Well, thanks. And yeah, as I'm typing in the chat right here, you're gonna be in this one. So yeah, awesome. You made it. You made it. The enemy team did ban out Dahaka first, wanting to remove that strong solo lane presence as well as the global from Towers of Doom. And that sort of split push pressure that he can create. Yellow Flash gonna ban out the Tastar. Again, dead standard. I think in the current patch, Tastar is the best hero in the game, so no surprise there that we'd want to remove him. You know, we don't want, no one wants to deal with Tastar Valla or Tastar Tracer, even worse. You don't want it. You know, it's just too much. Anyway, enemy team does first pick Greymane. In my opinion, a very questionable choice because it opens you up to a number of counter picks. Well, I'd say Arthas is being the primary one. Arthas is just such a great hero at the moment. One of the best warriors in the game right now. So strong. And he's just fantastic against most melee assassins. Greymane being a prime example. So yeah, we're going to get Arthas and we're going to get Ragnaros, which is pretty nice. No, he's got to switch. Gotta go for Kerrigan. Alright, Arthas. Anyway, yeah, you can see what I was saying in chat. Dude, pick Arthas. Go for it. I think Arthas is a great choice. I think we're set up really well now from these first couple of picks. Greymane's just gonna have a nightmare ever jumping in and doing melee damage because he has to deal with all that slowing, the stacking, attack speed and movement speed slow that Arthas applies. I think it's a real problem at the moment. You know, I think Arthas is really strong. I don't know if he's like OP in terms of like his power levels, as it were. But I think what makes Arthas so dominant and like potentially pushes him up to that OP tier, which I didn't consider, is just how much he limits the enemy's draft, because it basically makes it's a nightmare for every, like I said, for every melee assassin. It's a nightmare to go up against him. So it actually just removes a lot of heroes that they can actually feasibly run or feasibly run effectively. And that's the problem that Greymane's going to face in this game. Marco Carrillo on the enemy team, he's pretty much always playing Nazebo, and no change in this game, and I think it's a good choice. He's going to scale really well. And Towers of Doom is definitely a map that can go long, so that's pretty scary to face up into. Then they also grabbed Lucio, which I also think is a very good choice. I think it's a nice map for Lucio, and yeah, should be pretty interesting to see how that works. We decided to ban out ETC. We've already got Arthas, so we're not really looking for another warrior. We got Arthas Kerrigan. We really want some burst damage. And the enemy team bans out Rehgar. Rehgar would obviously probably synergize really well with Kerrigan. It would be a hefty damage dealing support, bring good wave clear as well. I think it would be a great choice. You can see Turlin, he was looking at Gul'dan, decides to go for the Malfurion, and I think that's a good choice. Neither myself or Yellow Flash kind of main supports. I was looking at Falstad. I decided to go for the Valla instead. Basically, I think the Falstad would be a really good choice, actually. I think Falstad would fit really well. But I said, you know what? I'm better at Valla than I am at Falstad. I'm going to go for Q-Build Valla, which I mentioned at the intro of this video. Q-Build Valla, I think she's so strong in this map. Awesome at taking out the little sapper camps. Absolutely fantastic at that. We're going to, obviously with the Q-Build then, we're going to have big burst damage to synergize with Kerrigan, and we can grab Rain of Vengeance as well to synergize with the Kerrigan combo even more. So I said, you know what, I think Valla is the best thing to go for here. She also is going to bring some good basic attack harass against Nazebo, kind of stop him going Superstition, well, at least put some pressure against that. And yeah, I mean, I would normally be somewhat scared of a Grey main, but considering that we've got Arthas, I'm actually fairly happy to pick it into it. Enemy team does grab Sonya and Muradin. I think they're another two pretty good choices. And we're going to grab Falstad here as our final pick. And that is going to be the draft, guys. We get the global at the end to kind of round out the team comp. Also kind of disengage us from any nasty sound barrier, Sonya, Greymane dives that might happen here. And yeah, I like it. I think both teams are good draft, but I think ours might be slightly ahead. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the game. All right, and here we are in the game. I think actually our first Valla game of the entire season, the 2017 Season 1. Obviously, historically, in case you guys are new to the channel, Valla is my most played hero, probably my favorite sort of like long-time hero. It kind of switches, Li Ming was a favorite for a while. Like there's heroes that kind of come and go, but Valla probably in the longest sense has been kind of my #1 pick. I've also gone through a variety of builds with her. And the build I'm going to be showing you in today's video is, I think, the best one right now. By quite a large margin, actually, I would say. I think this is a really, really strong build. It's the Q build for Valla, which I would personally be picking on nearly every map at the moment. Braxis, I'd probably be going for a multi-shot build. Maybe a couple others, but like Q builds, Towers of Doom, pretty much every time. Battlefield of Eternity, Sky Temple. A lot of the maps where I think Valla is at her strongest is the ones are the ones where she can make the most out of the Q build. What does it do? The Q build, as you'll see in this game, actually, hang on a second. Arthas is going super deep, gets caught in a zombie wall. I think I don't think he's gonna. I think he will die. I actually moved too far forwards there myself. Have to vault to get out. We're gonna be okay, but Arthas does go down. Went far too deep, and pays a pretty big price. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but anyway, one death isn't too bad. We can survive that at the start. Zombie wall does miss, so that's good. But yeah, Q build, what does Q build do? It brings really good burst damage, like single target burst damage, which Valla would otherwise kind of lack. It's exceptionally good at clearing out. It's not that great against minion waves, like large groups of monsters, but smaller groups, such as, well, your typical siege camps, siege giants, or in this case on Towers of Doom sappers. It's really good at doing loads of damage to those. I think this build kind of classically first came into the meta very much because of Battlefield of Eternity and just how insanely strong the Q build is. Just the amount of damage it does to the Immortals, it's just absurd. She's probably one of the best heroes on that entire map by quite a margin, I would say, because of Q build. That's how it came into the meta. That's kind of how things have continued. We just vaulted out there, by the way. Went a bit greedy to pick up that regen globe, and Lucio appeared. I mean, luckily it was Lucio. If it was a different support, we might have been in some trouble, like a Rhaegar. But we survived, so that's good. Anyway, we've got the first altar spawning here. We're going to push out this middle wave. Then we're going to stop. We're going to go mount up. We got the XP from those two minions. We missed one, but that's all right. Want to get down and start putting pressure on this bottom altar. Falstad's going to grab the top one and fly down. Zebo grabbed the other one for the team. Our other teammates are creating some pressure down bottom, so that's pretty good. We got Nazebo coming in from the side as well. That was pretty interesting, so I didn't actually shoot I kind of made a mistake there. I really should have shot the Greymane. He was super low on life. We could have killed him. I assumed our teammates were going to kill him, so I didn't actually do that, and I kind of regretted it afterwards. But yeah, I was kind of just moving in to fight the rest of the fight, assuming he was going to die. And yeah, like Arthur said, Greymane was a free kill. We could have secured that on Valla, and it was a mistake not to in the end. So Kerrigan was saying look, it's my bad. I don't know. I don't think it was that bad, honestly, from the Kerrigan. I think it's just, again, it's a pity there's no voice comms or something. That's a classic thing you say on voice comms, is you kind of organize that a little bit better. I think Kerrigan assumed that I'd kill him, and then I assumed Kerrigan would kill him, and no one killed the Greymane, so Greymane walked out alive, and then we lost a couple of heroes. So we do fall down in the altars. That sucks. And it especially sucks because the enemy team is Nazebo, which is always pretty scary. But we can deal with it, I think. I hope. Anyway, it's not too bad to fall behind an altar on Towers of Doom. It's something you can deal with. I mean, we've got a global with Falstad, which is great. And then, we've got Arthas to counter the Greymane, which is also great. So I feel like we've got a lot of tools pushing in later into the game. As well, Falstad Gust to disengage Lucio sound barriers. So I'm not feeling too bad. In fact, Kerrigan picks up a kill in the meantime. That's great. I'm not feeling too bad. about falling behind, which you normally would against an Nazebo team, but I think that our comp is just actually a little bit better, that even though the enemy team does have Nazebo and Sonya, who scale really well, I think that we've got enough to actually deal with that. It's kind of annoying sometimes that Murden graphic bugs out, you know, you can't, it doesn't display the same way every time. I don't know why that is or what it does, but that's life. But yeah, let's go over the talents that we picked so far, because this is basically the core of the Q build that we've just picked up right here. Monster Hunter at level 1 reduces the mana cost of your Hungering Arrow by 40, lowering it from 60 mana to 20, so it basically makes your Q like super cheap. You can just spam it, like you saw right there, we used our Q and we're basically on full mana. Okay, we just did a multi-shot, so we got less, but you get the gist, right? It costs almost nothing in terms of mana, so that's nice. And the bigger deal is that it does 150% bonus damage to minions, mercs, and monsters. So you've seen us, and you will see us numerous times through this game, just absolutely melt through the sapper camps, right? Just a couple of Qs, sapper camp's gone, just like that. Right here, Kerrigan goes in aggressively, so we use our vaults to refresh our Q. That's another talent. We'll come to that in a second. We're trying to throw down as much damage as possible. Greymane almost kills Arthas, but that Arthas slowing field's too strong for him to handle. Our teammates pick up the rest of the kills while we channel the altar, and this is a nice lead for us, which is fantastic. I think really well played by the whole team in that team fight. Really synergized well. Okay, watch this camp. Look at that. Just watch how quickly this is gonna melt. Just like that, the camp is gone. Just like that. That's the Q build at work, doing a lot of bonus damage right there. Level 4, Puncturing Arrow. What I like to grab here, what I like to grab is also the Q build. So it's a quest every time you hit a hero with the initial impact of your Q. So right, you throw out your Q, your Hungering Arrow. It does an initial hit. If you hit someone, then it splinters and it does these bounces, which do a little bit less damage. So you need to hit them with the initial one to trigger the quest stack. You can stack this up to 100 bonus damage, which is nice. And then when you finish the quest, you get an additional 75 bonus damage, and you get an additional bounce as well on your Qs. So that's pretty good. It adds up to a whole bunch of extra DPS that you can throw out. This is a good rotation by the enemy team. It's actually like their full team, which is kind of crazy. But they do pull it off, and then we're getting like a great push up top with Falstad because of that. So that's always an interesting trade, right? You know, that can be something that could look really bad, right, for us. I would say is like you're kind of going like, oh god, you guys like went way overextended and you just got like ganked and got killed. Well, yeah, sure we did, but it cost them a 5 hero rotation to pull that off. And in the meantime, Falstad is doing great damage. Siege Camp got pushed in unopposed. I think it was probably a pretty good move by the enemy team overall. I think they couldn't stop the Falstad doing that, so they decided, hey, we'll make the most of it and we'll go for a gank. But I think that's a pretty interesting thing. You can see we're being very cautious here. We don't know where they are. Probably in our base somewhere. Hey, look, there's Murden. Malf finds him. Kind of thought he would be there. We get a nice Q stack. And you'll notice that's something I've been focused on doing as well in the game. We're not scared to use our Q for wave clear, but where we can, we want to land the initial hit on a hero to try to trigger a bit of lag there. That proc. You can see just how quick Murden blew up there as well. He really didn't stand a chance. Very important. You don't want to be scared of focusing tanks. You can totally do that. And we're on the chase right here. Basic attacks, multi-shot, and we land the combo, the Q combo, and we burn down Nazebo as well. And that's a quad kill for our team, and we're really snowballing this lead right now. It's becoming quite brutal. Level 7 is a huge deal for Valla with the Q build. Repeating Arrow. The cooldown for Hungering Arrow is reset whenever you use Vault. It's a 10-second cooldown, so that's a really big deal. And yeah, I mean, you've seen me use the combo now numerous times. You know, you do one Q, then you vault, and then you do another Q, and your vault also empowers a basic attack. It's a lot of burst damage. It can really hurt. So yes, again, I'm kind of greedy for the regen globe. I don't think that actually benefited us in any way. But oh well. But yeah, you can see right there, for example, like the Murden was kind of out of position. He didn't have Avatar yet. We hit him with a Q, we vaulted, we hit him with another Q, we threw down a Rain of Vengeance, and we hit him with a multi-shot as well. Kerrigan was doing her damage too, and he just exploded. Like, Murden didn't stand a chance from all that damage. Like, it's a surprising amount of burst. It really, really hurts. Speaking of, Rain of Vengeance, what I picked up in this game, I usually go for Strafe, but considering they've got, you know, Sonya Greymane, considering we've got Kerrigan, Arthas, I said, I think Rain of Vengeance fits really well here. Plus the Mighty Gust, you know, we can catch them in choke point or something. We can lock down the Kerrigan. So here we go. Not lock down Kerrigan, lock down the Sonya. Sonya goes too far forwards. Kerrigan pulls her back. We throw in our Rain of Vengeance as well, and she explodes. You can see again just the burst damage on the Lucio. It's insanely strong, and he gets scared away as well, though we don't get a kill for it. And yeah, this is looking pretty good right now. Level 13 to level 11, and we have pulled ahead on core shots. At level 13, do pick up Siphoning Arrow, so we heal for, oh boy, rest in pieces. Oh, and that's a beautiful gust as well. Really well played by Yellow Flash. We're going to start focusing down the Nazebo. Kerrigan leaps forwards, and he is locked into his position. Sonya comes in to try help her team. She gets hit by a Shrink Ray, of all things, from Malfurion. She did not expect that, and she starts going down. We're focusing on this fort, this tower, as we run on by Gargantuan. He's saying hello, as we do, and he goes back to the earth. Falstad channels that. We actually run down. We're going to go for the siege camp. Saw that Muradin was making moves towards Falstad. Didn't actually amount to anything. Just went to back him up, though. Turn around here and start working on the siege camp. We finished our Q quest, and you can see just how quickly that melts with just one Q of another Q. And yeah, cool. Portrait is on fire. This is basically the Q build. Monster Hunter, Puncturing Arrow, Repeating Arrow, then Siphoning Arrow. Either Heroic is good, then at level 16 and 20, pretty much all of the talents are pretty good. I'll talk about levels. Okay, level 16, I wouldn't pick Seething Hatred with it, but you know, Frost Shot or Manticore are both really good. It depends on what you're going up against. Whoops, you didn't see me miss that one. And then level 20, you know, probably Firefly Quiver or you know, Death Siphon probably. But yeah, there's lots of good options for those tiers, and both heroics are very strong. This is a nice push. We just clear out the siege camps, and then we come push them into the bottom tower. We're going to secure this tower for ourselves. Very close now to level 16 as well, which is going to be nice. And we're just going to try push these in as much as we can. Arthas is not here. That's okay. We're going to actually vault away from Sonya. Stun her. The stun doesn't last very long because of Wrath of Berserker. Then we've got Frost Shot here. And then keep moving in. Kerrigan is doing tons of damage. Sonya goes down as well. We're going to stun the Muradin, then hit him with the Q. We didn't want to lead off with the Q because he was standing inside a zombie wall, which would have actually his team's zombie wall that would have absorbed the Q hit. So we wanted to wait for that. And that's a mega kill for us. Really well played by the team. Everyone doing a fantastic job. I mean, we're so far ahead. We were like at 3 levels and a talent tier up for that fight. And like I said, I think our team comp is better. I think it really showed. We just absolutely brute forced them down. Arthas is calling GG. As Falstad says, not quite yet. Arthas is gone. Oh man, Arthas is so confident that we've won this. He's just like, guys, my time is valuable. Time is money, friend. He's like, fuck it, I'm gone, man. I'm out of here. Arthas just leaves the game. He's like, we got this. I'm sure we got this. I need every second of my day. Anyway, we win the game just like that. It turned into a real stomp right there. Turned into a real stomp. We actually got MVP as well with the Q build Valla, which I think is pretty nice. But I thought it was a really good example of showing the burst damage from the Q build, showing the ability to take out Merc camps with the Q build as well. And yeah, you know, I think it worked really well. The difficulties of Greymane to Arthas. I think this game showed a lot of things. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Good game for our first Valla game of the season. We did crazy amounts of damage, and that is Q build at its best. So thanks for watching, guys. On the other side, you should see buttons to subscribe. Support me on Patreon. There's also extra content on Patreon that supporters do get access to. Yeah, then a video that you might want to check out. Again, the Q build should be on the other side of the screen as well. So, Monster Hunter, Puncturing Arrow, Repeating Arrow, Rain of Vengeance, Siphoning Arrow, Frost Shot, and then Firefly Quiver to round it out. We didn't get to level 20, but that's what I would have gone for in this particular game. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.